Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? Can you hear me? Okay, class 5. First of all, I want to check your homework. That was assigned to you in the last class. And your homework was from unit 11, page 77, word study and writing. Student,
ये तेरा काम जीना
वही खोते थे।
है
students, are you listening to me? There should be no noise at your back. Students, there should be no noise at your back. Show me your homework first. Students, show me your homework first. That was from chapter 11, page 77, word study. Marriage. Have you done your homework?
Okay, miss.
Marriage, please
Yes,
tell me.
miss.
Have you done your homework? Word study.
Yes, miss. I have done the homework.
Okay, show me your homework. And I'm going to ask you about it.
Hello.
Miss, this is the word meaning of fable.
Meaning of?
क्या चार्जर नीचे के साइड में
Rule number 6, the 8. Fable.
Beta, I'm asking you about word study. That is on page 77 of student book.
Assalamualaikum.
Manahid, would you like to tell me?
Oh, बोले.
Manahid.
बोले. Zamana tinggal.
Manahid.
बोल के दादी.
Okay, first of all, let me know. A place on the, look at first definition. Students, there should be no noise at your back. First of all, look at the definition. A place on the internet where you find information about a subject. What is it called? Who will tell me? What is it called? A place on the internet where you find information about a subject. What is it called? Manahid? Students, why are you not telling me?
मैंने दस सुनो.
First definition is, I'm going to read it again. A place on the internet where you find information about a subject. What is it called? Beta words are written in the box.
हेलो
Students are not responding me. Students, why are you not responding me? Umar Alvi, unmute your mic. Manahid. Manahid, are you listening to me?
टीचर पंगा हो गया
Manahid, are you listening to me?
टीचर को कह रहे नहीं लिसन हेलो टीचर
Yes. Are you Manahid?
नो उमर
Umar. Okay, fine. Umar, tell me, I'm telling you definition, just tell me word. A place on the internet where you find information about a subject, what is it called? A place on the internet where you find information about a subject, what is it called, Umar?
ना बोल
Beta, unmute your mics.
टीचर मैंने तेरा मैंने करना
Okay. Show me your homework first.
नहीं ढूंढना टीचर Yes, teacher.
What is your name, beta? Please tell me your name.
Teacher, I don't know.
Students, please be serious and listen to me. There should be no noise at your back.
No, करो ना बोल ना कह रहा हूँ अब बताता हूँ तेरा रख ले तू This is my homework.
Beta, tell me your name first.
मोहम्मद उमर अलवी
Okay. Umar Alvi, I am going to ask you about fifth definition. Which word will be used for it? A small object you move on a computer screen. What is it called? Umar Alvi. Please tell me which word is used for it. A small object you move to do something on a computer screen.
शोर बहुत आ रहा है सवाल कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा
Students, there should be no noise at your back.
टीचर हो गए टीचर इधर हो रहा है Hey, approach.
Okay, if you have not done your homework,
Sit in the group.
okay, in last lectures you did phrases and clauses. First of all, we are going to do
Hello,
phrase. What is a phrase? You have done in last class that phrase is a group of words.
Hello, Vinahid, तू है ना? ओ मनाई जो इतना हंसी वाला कर रहा है 11 और बचा।
बहुत शोर है। In last lecture, you have done phrases and clauses. So we'll recap it. What is a phrase? Phrase is a group of words. What is a phrase? Phrase is a group of words. It does not have a subject and verb, and it does not convey complete meaning. It means it does not provide us complete meaning. It does not give us complete meaning. For example, examples are given here. Under the table, you can see there is no subject and verb. Under the table, this is just phrase. It is a group of words. Second example is in the garden. In the garden is also a phrase. You can see there is no subject, there is no verb. Verb represents an action and subject performs an action. So there is no subject, no verb. This is only phrase in the garden. Third example is a present from her parents. A present from her parents. In this phrase, there is no subject and no verb. So what is a phrase? Phrase is a group of words. It doesn't have a subject and verb. Students, you have done it in last class, so I'm just revising it. Because after that, you have to do exercises from your workbook. And those exercises are, that exercise is about phrase and clause. Okay, next is clause. Clause is also a group of words. You can say it is collection of words, but clause has subject and verb. As phrase does not have subject and verb, phrase does not have subject and verb. So what is the difference between phrase and clause? That phrase does not have subject and verb, and clause has subject and verb. It tells us about an idea, it gives us an idea, it expresses an idea. There can be more than one clauses in a sentence. You can see the example. She took out her phone and sent a text message. You can see the words which are in blue. These are two clauses. There are two clauses in this sentence. She took out her phone. This is the first clause. Sent a text message. This is second clause. So you can see there are two clauses in this sentence. Look at the second example. Again, there are two clauses in a sentence. This is a complete sentence and there are two clauses in a sentence. Sarah looked everywhere. Sarah looked everywhere, one clause. She could not find her phone. This is second clause. The words which are in blue, these are clauses. Sarah looked everywhere, first clause. She could not find her phone. This is second clause. You can see there is subject. Sarah is subject. And there is also verb. Looked is verb. She, again, subject. And find. You can see in this clause, there is word find. This is verb. So you can see in this clause there is subject and verb. Now look at the third sentence. Third example, she is hungry. There is only one clause. In this sentence, there is only one clause. She is subject, is verb, and this is only one clause. So have you got the difference between phrase and clause? Phrase is a group of words that does not have a subject and verb, And clause is collection of words, but it has subject and verb and tells us an idea. And there can be 2 or more than 2 clauses in a sentence. So you have to keep it in mind that in phrase there is no subject and verb, and in clause there is subject and verb. Now open your workbook. Language 3 workbook. Students, open your workbook. First of all, we are going to do exercise related to phrases and clauses. Students, open your workbook. It's unit number 10. Page 40. Exercise 5. It's unit number 10. Page 40. Exercise 5. Are you looking at page 40? Students, are all of you looking at page 40?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes, miss.
First of all, read instructions. Read instructions. Are the underlined words, phrases, or clauses? I have told you the difference of phrase and clause. Phrase does not have subject and verb. Clause has subject and verb. Have you got? Look at the first sentence. First sentence is, okay, students. First sentence is, the girl used her cell phone to phone her mother. What is underlined? Which words are underlined in the first sentence?
To phone her mother.
Good. To phone her mother.
To phone her mother.
So you can see, to phone her mother, there is no subject and no verb. So this is called. So this is called.
Mother.
Okay, to phone her mother. This is called phrase. If there is no subject and no verb. Okay, students. Second sentence. Who will read second sentence? Yes, read second sentence. Beta.
I picked up my cell phone and made a call.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay, I picked up my cell phone. You can see, beta, this sentence is, this clause is underlined. I. Subject is I. Picked is verb. So what is this called? Phrase or clause?
Clause.
Yes, good. This is clause. This is clause. Beta, pay attention.
Teacher, where is Sobia?
Beta, pay attention to lecture. I picked up my cell phone. I is subject. Picked is verb. So what is this called?
Excuse me, teacher, where is Miss Sobia? Oh, sorry.
This is called clause. I picked up my cell phone. This is called clause.
Meow.
Next, sentence number 3.
Can I say तेरे पापा? You बोली मैं?
Although I have a cell phone,
म्यूट करा हुआ है.
I do not take it to school. Which words are underlined? Good. Who will tell me something? Okay, good. Please tell me subject and verb.
Please fair.
Please tell me subject and verb. Which is subject in this clause?
left हो गया.
I is subject. Take is verb. So this is clause.
हमारा review है join.
I is subject. Take is verb. So this is called
पीछे बच्चों का शोर आ रहा है.
Students, please
ये
keep
मैगी
quiet.
करो. चक्कर आ रहे
There should be no noise at your back.
जब बच्चे शिकायत कर रहे हैं किसी घर से बोलने की आवाजें आ रही हैं मर्द
I
जैसी.
saw my friends
हैं.
on the way home. Which words are underlined? On the way home. Underlined words are on the way home. You can see there is no subject and no verb. So this is called phrase. Are you getting better? Okay. Sentence number 5. Students, you are supposed to write clause or phrase, whether it is clause or phrase, you are supposed to write in the blanks. In these blanks, you are supposed to write. Tahmina called her mother because the bus was late. This is sentence number 5. Tahmina called her mother because the bus was late. You can see there is subject, the bus, and there is also verb, was. So this is called clause. Please write it in the blank. This is called clause. All of you are supposed to write in blanks. Sentence number 6. Children should not play with their phones during lesson time. So you can see the words which are underlined during lesson time. There is no subject in these underlined words and there is no verb. So again, this is phrase. Sentence number 7. Cell phones are part of our lives nowadays. Underlined words are part of our lives. You can see there is no subject and no verb. Part of our life. This is a group of words. So this is called phrase. Sentence number 8. My sister is very pleased. Pleased means happy. Pleased means happy. My sister is very pleased because she has a new cell phone. My sister is subject, is verb. So in underlined words, there is subject, there is verb. So what is this called? This is called clause. As I have told you, there is no subject and verb in phrase, but there is subject and verb in a clause. Have all of you done it, beta? Okay, I'll move to next slide. That is about conjunctions. In your last lecture, you have done conjunctions. Now just listen to me. I'm going to revise it again. What are conjunctions? Conjunctions are the words that join two words, phrases, or clauses. Conjunctions are the joining words that join two words, phrases, or clauses. Examples are given here. Look at the screen. I took bread and egg in breakfast. You can see the underlined word, the word in green. The word in green is conjunction, bread and egg, because it is joining two words, bread, egg. Second example, his shoes look great, but they are not comfortable. His shoes look great, they are not comfortable. These are two sentences, and which word is joining these two sentences? But. But is joining these two sentences. So the joining word is conjunction. And in last lecture, you have also done coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions join two clauses which are equally important I took bread in breakfast, or I took egg in breakfast. When you join these two sentences with conjunction, then it will be I took bread and egg in breakfast. Look at the second sentence. His shoe looked great. These are the same examples which I have told you in last slide. Subordinating conjunctions, you have also done about subordinating conjunctions in the last lecture. These conjunctions join two clauses which are not equally important. And I have told you about clauses, that clauses have subject and a verb. I drank a glass of water because I was thirsty. There are two clauses. I drank a glass of water. I was thirsty. The word that is joining these two clauses is called subordinating conjunctions. Sentence number 2. Everyone enjoyed the fishing trip, although no one caught any fish. Everyone enjoyed the fishing trip. This is the first sentence, first clause. And no one caught any fish. This is second clause. Although is conjunction, although means however or during that time. No one caught any fish. Although is subordinating conjunction because it is joining these two clauses. In third sentence, if you work hard, you will get success, or you will get success if you work hard. You can see that if is conjunction that is joining two clauses. Beta, now open your workbook.
Canada, USA.
पेपर भी करता क्या ऐसा पेल्टन जब है
Open your workbook.
मोती कुछ है भैया
चलो रेड पेपर पे चले आए
हेलो
Okay, it's page 40, unit number 10, page 40, exercise 6. It's unit 10 of workbook, page 40, exercise 6.
मम्मा मेरा
Students, you are supposed to do this exercise. Choose one of these conjunctions to join the two clauses. First one is already done. That is, I wanted to call my parents, but I had forgotten my phone. Who will tell me the second one? We missed the bus. We left school late. Which conjunction is joining these two clauses? Yes, students. Tell me which conjunction is joining these two clauses. We missed the bus. We left school late.
अभी वो लगवा नहीं दी हमारे बात सारी
We missed the bus. We missed the bus because we left school late. Students, please do this.
आ रही है पर
We missed the bus because we left school late. Look at the third sentence. I worked hard. I would pass my exams.
हाथ में पकड़ते पकड़ते थक गए
Yes, Manahit. Manahit, tell me. Third sentence. Third sentence. I worked hard. I would pass. Yes.
I work hard. No, Dad. I would pass my exam.
Good. Very good. I worked hard so that I will pass my exams. Sentence number 4. Our team won the match. We did not play very well. Again, there are two clauses. Now, which conjunction is joining these two clauses? Our team, Manahid. Our team won the match. We did not play very well. Manahid.
Our team win the match, but we did not play very well.
Beta nahi, but nahi. Although we did not play very well. Our team won the match. Although we did not play very well. You can see there are two opposite things, two different things. Our team won the match. Although we did not play very well. There are two different things. Number 5. I packed my bag. I left for school. Manahid, please do it. I packed my bag. I left for school. Okay.
Miss,
I'm
I know
going to
the
tell you.
answer.
Okay, tell me answer.
I packed my bag because I left for school.
Beta, I packed my bag and I left for school. I packed my bag and I left for school. So the correct conjunction is and. Number 6. I listened carefully. I did not understand. Beta, who will tell me which conjunction is joining these two clauses?
Miss, but
Number 6. I listened carefully. I did not understand. But. Okay, good. I listened carefully, but I did not understand. Number 7. I called my mother. She would not worry. It's number 7. Which conjunction is joining these two clauses? Yes, beta, please tell me. I called my mother. She would not worry. Yes, beta, hurry up. Hurry up, beta. I called my mother so that she would not worry. I called, it's number 7. I called my mother so that she would not worry. Now number 8. I took my umbrella. It was not raining. I took my umbrella. You can join one conjunction and you can join conjunctions again. I took my umbrella, although it was not raining. Number 9. Please do it, beta. Hurry up. I worked hard. I finished my homework quickly. I worked hard so that I finished. Beta, I'm telling you about sentence number 9. I worked hard so that I finished my homework quickly.
Miss, what is the answer of? Miss, what is the answer of 2? We missed the bus.
We missed the bus because we left school late. Because